Here we are, the last video of this series and arguably the most important one. However, before we jump into it, I want to reflect on what we have done thus far, because we started with a business outcome that we broke down using a goal tree into more specific product goals. We then took one of our product goals, we put that on top of our opportunity solution tree, and then we created the structure below by adding steps, opportunities, solutions, and experiments. We used one of the opportunities here to dive into that specific problem, and then we prioritized this. So this is the most important problem we could work on. We looked at across the solutions, and then I showed you how you can use one Delibr document for defining and refining a solution in a single place using a single document to capture all of the relevant information, get feedback, answer questions and decisions, and so forth. And this is where we are at. So this is a great technique. You can use it to chart the path to achieving any desired outcome. However, most PMs doesn't only work with opportunity solution trees. They also build features because of compliance reasons or because someone told them this just needs to be built. Maybe you're losing a valuable client if you don't. So some of those features and solutions might not fit into this structure. So you need something else. And in Delibr, the concept that is needed, that we use, is called collections and boards. So a collection is basically it's like a folder. You put documents into it, and then you can choose your board type, meaning how to display this using rows and columns. In this case, I have 5 steps describing a workflow. So we have idea stage, in progress, implemented, rejected, waiting to be analyzed. And here we have a bunch of Delibr documents representing solution ideas. Now, the single sign-on hasn't been added here yet, but we know that's a document and it lives in our opportunity solution tree. So I will go ahead and just add it as an existing document to this board. Cool. There we have it. So we can put it into progress, and that's perfect. So the boards, you can create a board for, like I have here, a Kanban board where you have a specific workflow. You could create a now, next, later roadmap. Eventually, we would add a time-based roadmap as well, but we don't have it, at least not when we record this video. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this needs to get into production at some point, because we have the single sign-on document. You use it to refine the solution. I'm just gonna close down here all of the headings. In the user story section here, right now we have just a list of all of the potential user stories that could make up this single sign-on feature, the epic that is single sign-on. So the outliner is a really good tool for splitting, merging, and prioritizing in a list like this. Because if we want to split the sign up with Google account, we just hit enter, create a new story or a new bullet, and then we can split it by rewriting it. So it's super simple like that before we send it to Jira. And if we want to prioritize, I prepared a snippet. A snippet is like a mini template that you can insert at any time. And I call that snippet the Moscow snippet. So the must have, should have, could have, and won't have. So by adding that, I just simply add 4 sections here. And then using either keyboard shortcuts or dragging and dropping, I can select any bullets of this list and slot them into the to the heading where I want them. Super simple. Close this one down. Could have and the won't haves won't make it, but the must haves and the should haves. Let's add the must haves to Jira to show you how that works. So in this case, the entire document corresponds to an epic in Jira, and then these are all user stories, and then you could have subtasks or tasks in the structure below here. So what I will do then is I hover here, click Jira, create new Jira issue. It's an epic. I want it in my test project. The name seems okay, so I go ahead and add it. And now a Delibr bot runs over to our Jira instance and creates a new epic with the name single sign-on, posts a link here that I can click. And if I click that link, it takes me into the epic in Jira. It looks just like a normal epic, but I have a Delibr plugin that I have installed, which makes it possible for me to look back into Delibr from Jira and actually work with the same document that we were just looking at in Delibr, but from within Jira. So an engineer who picks this up will not have to jump into Delibr to view the content of the document. They are able to access all of this directly from within Jira, and they can add a comment to the Delibr document, and they can continue to work from the tool that they're used to. And then we can take subparts of this document, like the stories here, and add them to Jira using our batch add functionality. And all of these stories belong to the single sign-on epic, so that makes a lot of sense. We just go ahead, create it, and then the bot runs away again and creates the links to the stories like this. So this saves a lot of time when you move from a document like this over to Jira. You don't have to copy paste anything, and you don't have to be afraid that if something changes in this document, for instance, at this maybe we make a new decision here, so we revoke the EUAuth decision and we go for the SAML instead. If we do so, this will automatically get updated in Jira as well. Cool, guys. This is Delibr. Hope that you like it. If you need help customizing the way that you want this to work, do give us a heads up, because we would we would be more than happy to help with thinking about how that can be done to best suit you. And we hope that our platform can help you and your team make better product decision and be more efficient when you work in a connected way like this. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.